This is channel 25 KNDU, Tri-Cities, Washington. This is Tri-City, Washington, right on Johnson Street, which is Skipper's. Carol used to work for Skipper's. She ran Skipper's. She ran Godfather's. She worked for Skipper's and Godfather's Seafood Chowder Company, and then she ran Godfather's at Columbia Center Boulevard. Now it's the menswear, and also and that's also the India Cuisine, which is across the street. We used to be a Mexican parlor called not Azteca, but a Mexican restaurant. All you keep now, it's an India Cuisine. Skipper's is the Skipper platter for $9.49, but we're on Johnson Street and Kenneck Avenue. NBC channel 25, where they do the boat race weekend, also the fairgrounds, and also the services they got for Andy Miller, the prosecutor of Benton County. Also Sean Saint, the prosecutor of Franklin County, that does prosecutions for Franklin County, and Carrie L. Rung, the former prosecutor for Benton County. Carrie L. Rung served with Sandy Strawn. Sandy Strawn is the commissioner of Benton County, which is on Clearwater, janitorial services here. Now, KNDU has been in contract with Boat Race Weekend with Chip on services for the Lamson, Kennewick High School, and also the South Ridge High School in Hanford Falcons, also the Washington State University in Richland, Washington, campus in Richland, Washington, campus in Yakima, Washington, and the campus they removed Carl's Jr., or they removed Burger Ranch, which is now Washington State University, elevator and also the electrical units. Avista Utilities in Spokane, but Avista Utilities is connected to propane lines here in Natural Cascade at 200 Union Street, which is connected to the Mueller's Funeral Home and also connected to the Mid-Columbia Library. So Skipper's, Carol, she's been in processing for services here, but anyways, this is the Doppler they got for the weather team, the weather services they got. Daryl Johnson, Eric Benson, and also Mr. Eric Benson and Leonard Bambach used to record. Daryl Johnson, United States Army, and Mueller, United States Air Force. Administration office here at 3312 on Johnson Street. This is Business Trend College right behind KNDU. That's Fabian Barela. Fabian Barela is in the Kennewick Annual. Same with Felix Barela, and also Andy Miller is in the annual over in Richland, and Carrie L. Rung is in the annual for graduation for Union Unit. Now, the post sign here at the stop sign is Johnson and Kennewick Avenue. This whole area is covered with services provided for the KNDU, which they have a lobby where they can do their moderation for the weather Doppler for the weather conditions. They had a tornado touchdown at Rattlesnake Mountain, and KNDU has the alleged NBC rights or corporate rights of the tornado touching down Rattlesnake Mountain, and they did excessive damage to Kennewick, Spokane, Richland, Othello, Moses Lake. The tree fell on the police station in Moses Lake, which the dog tags are around my neck. Prehistoric archive process of Washington State Patrol Unit. Washington State Patrol is a 83 Ford Mustang 5-speed from Overturf Motors, and it is lowered in casket at Mueller's Funeral Home. His name's Soderman. State Patrolman executed at 205, Apartment 205, Saxony Bar, Fabian Barela, Carrie Barela, Bobby Lane Fox, and the Rodriguez family. And also Mr. Gonzalez Rossigan, K9 Unit, Sheriff's Office. Mr. Sheriff Keene, and also Sheriff Stepfoot, and also Mr. Ridgway Corporation for finding the murderer that murdered the individuals at Kennewick High School, and Mr. Yates at Gonzaga University. Mrs. Korn and Mr. Principal Splicer and Principal Mrs. Korn for Nebraska Cornhusk for the Air Force One land in Nebraska, North Platte, Nebraska, landing here in International Airport with Donald L. G. Trump, where Felix Barela was attacked at 1344 East Main Street. Sean Logan, R. Logan, and also the prosecutor administration office, which is there no more longer now. And that used to be Mr. Flick from prosecutor's office from Adams County, and also Mr. Flick, administration office at the Richville, Adams County, for the 83 Ford Mustang GT 5-speed for state troopers trying to conceal and process and have no warrants or outstanding warrants and have no record. And the watch the collision report is pulled out. Miss Stephanie Swanberg with a Trailblazer 2000. She had a 2009. It's a SUV Trailblazer 4-door. 2004 Trailblazer, white on white 4-door. This is K&U Channel 25, and that's Frank Comusco J. Mueller. J. Mueller, Frank Comusco, Navy. Dale Johnson, United States Army. Green Berets in the Colorado. States of Colorado, Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, and administration office called Boulder. Arizona, Phoenix, Flagstaff, and also Yuma, and also California, Sacramento, San Luis Obispo, Los Angeles, San Luis Obispo, Cal Poly University, which is the Amtrak, what delivers and do the drop-off of all students and military staff at San Luis Obispo. And this is Kennewick Avenue and Johnson Street. We're at Starbucks, and we have footage on all the services they provide for all the customers at Starbucks. And this is NBC Right News K&U, which is on Moraine Street, Walker's Furniture. They have a warranty, they got sales going on, and they also go Columbia Center has the Bill McCurley Ford Company that goes in right across. And you can't miss it. Kennewick and Jaws have footage coverage on the boat race weekend. Mr. Chip and the crane operators, the Lamson Crane, Kennewick High School. And the St. Joseph Church, Mr. Cepeda for Sacred Hospital, not Sacred Hospital, but Sacred Catholic Church in 7th St. Othello. Mr. Father Tom, St. Joseph, Father Richard, St. Joseph, and Father Dylan, St. Joseph, and Father Cepeda in Othello, Washington. And the murder for the U.S. Marine Corps plot that's on the Pentagon and the wall and the mortuary at the services they provide. They killed Mr. Chano Hernandez in his casket, and his body's transported from Arizona, Mr. McCain's office, all the way to Mueller's office at 1401 South Union, Kennewick, Washington, in the Pasco Greenlee Memorial, which is Court Street, Mueller's Greenlee Memorial. And this is NBC right now. Mr. Soderman, Miss Soderman, and Mr. J. Mueller's having services at Columbia Park for services for Mr. Soderman, state patrolman that was murdered from apartment 205, Section 3 Apartments. Roberta Fabian Barela, Fabian Alonzo Barela, Fabian Barela, and also Kay Barela, Bobby Fox at Triple Vista. And also Bob Fox, the father of Bobby Fox, and Rob Fox, which is on the Highlands Middle School annual, and the Kennewick High School annual, and the Camacan High School annual, and the Park Middle School annual, and also the Fruitland Elementary annual services, which is the manuscript services and teletype services and graduation from Kennewick High School, and all that transcript is all on the documented. Driving a Ford Mustang, a white 83 Ford Mustang, a Shelby that was processed from U.S. Bank here at the Mueller's Freedom Home across Chapel Falls in Kennewick, Washington. And this is NBC right now. We got footage, anchors, address, ablishes, first name, last name, and also the Vista utility bills, and also the POD, Kennewick POD bills. And we also got the Kia and also the Labor Ready abstract and Money Tree abstract here on 395 South 95, which is I-282, or I-82, which is the Oregon State border, where the propane lines were busted up for billions of feet that were damaged, connected to the Vista utility and propanes to a CIMARON5INC. Now, CIMARON5INC, that's Ajmer, A-J-M-E, Singh, S-A-N-G-H, Nijjar, N-I-J-J-A-R. And this is the NBC Right News, K&U 25. Sports, weather, and right. Now, the 210 West Broadway is Ritzville, Washington 99169. That's the Superior Court, and also the audit forms. And the precinct, City Hall, right across the street from Kennewick High School, or in the area from City Hall, it's across the street from City Hall, is the police station. The old original police station archive is moved, but the Washington State Patrol Unit has all the information on the collision price. Stephanie Main Jordan Swanberg from Freda, Washington Courthouse. And the Freda Courthouse, there's some security guards threatening Felix outside the table I was eating. So you get idolized threats from these individuals, and this is NBC right now, KNU25 at 33112 Kennewick Avenue. Right across from the India cuisine called Masla. Oh, Masla! In the Kennewick Square, right on Moraine and Kennewick Avenue. Skippers, we got Mr. Chano Hernandez and Andy Miller. Andy Miller did prosecute Fabian Barela. Fabian Barela was prosecuted, and the U.S. Marine Corps was prosecuted because the military staff drove through the dealership and through light poles and also administration office and had eggs on them. They had a bunch of eggs on them, so these eggs are from manufactured from Moses Lake, Washington. The owners and producers of egg farms, and Mr. Samuel Cruz Hernandez and Fabian Barela went to Prosser jail. That's where the jail is, not Benton County anymore, but Prosser jail back then. And Mr. Chano Hernandez got killed. He dragged his dead body out from Arizona all the way and transported here to Pasco, Greenlee, Memorial Court Street. And there's no cruising available, and the contracts for the Ford dealership and whatnot wasn't there, so this Cy Hernandez was thrown off the bridge several times. Every time they see Mr. Isaias Hernandez, Cy Hernandez, they threw him off the bridge because he was a black Mexican minority that intimidated Roberta Barela and also administration office. And of course they had confrontations here and there, but this is NBC Right New, KNU. This is coming to you live from KNU 25. So we're going to make sure everything's paid in order. We're at Gold's Gym and Dupertail, and there's some individual, just like Chano Hernandez, open their mouth, said they're going to do this, kill this guy, do this, whatever. And they're going to take it outside. So we're outside at NBC News, and also over at the Andy Miller's office and the coroner's office and Kennewick and prosecutor's office, 7112 West Okanagan Place. And that administration office, this is Jackson Bar across the street. And this is the business training college that ran by Fabian Barela. He got certificate graduation, and also the money and funds were paid in full. Open Bank was paid in full, $85,000 that was loaned to Ajmer Singh Nijjar, CIMARON5INC. They were loaned money for a house and loan to remodel the house, and that's on YouTube, Facebook, inside and outside there. And also that's 225 10th Avenue. And Madrona was another house that was remodeled for some more money. And also the CIMARON5INC and the Sunset Acres were furnished for getting some money and for establish credibility of citizenships of the newborn children that are born. And another born, that's a VOC and Donald Trump International Airport. And that's IBP, Iowa Beef, and also the Administration Office of Recollection for A&M Irrigation. Gonzaga University, the AM truck, original truck that built the Harley shops in Oregon, and also the Harley shops in Oregon, and also across the street was a software program in Idaho. Bill Gates Foundation was built, and that was an interface program for Microsoft in Idaho. Post Falls out inside the city of Idaho, and also administration AM irrigation for Home Depot on Tapatille, which is right behind the mall, Simon's Mall, the owners of Simon's Mall, which is a railroad track, and also the retaining wall, water equipment, D69, Bobcats and Whacker, and also the gas mileage and the trucks, earth movers, D6, D9s, and also the cat scales and the backhoe and the cat scale, and backhoe, track hoe, and also the whackers, and also the asphalters and pavers and floaters and also all the equipment and cement and rebar. And that's Andy Miller's office where we parked the vehicle at. That's enough footage, huh?